just put the facts straight. Jayanti Natarajan came on the scene
and revoked all the
after announcement by Mr. Parrikar that he is closing down the entire mining because of Shastra.
He withdrew and revoked all the environmental clearances.
That came subsequently.
Both the Congress and the BJP played that game. Now the whole problem in the mining industry.
Now the problem is game has gone out of the hands of both players.
Correct.
And has gone into
let us see what is the public perception. What is the public perception when it comes to mining? I don't have a slide here, but you can explain it.
I'll stick to the slide and what the survey said.
Yeah.
See, in most areas, especially in say Bicholi and Puriye and Kuchore.
Yeah.
Okay. The interesting part here is that we ask the people, who do you blame for shutting down mining? Okay. What is interesting is about 42% said we blame the BJP, about 36-37% said we blame the Congress. So the issue here is that they are first and foremost blaming both political parties. BJP is the maximum because there is a perception that this party is in governance and it started. But what they are also doing is 36% said that this has also happened because of the way Congress handled the mining issue.
In the previous
तुझ्या ताजो पण निष्कर्ष आसा तातूंत भितर अशें म्हणलां की मायनिंग बंद जाल्ल्यान आमचेर सगळें आर्थीक संकट कोसळ्ळें पूण तें तितलें खरें न्ही कारण हांव सद्या मायनिंग एरियेन भोंवतां काल आमी गेल्ले धार बांदोडा थंय आमचे वर्तमानपत्राचो एक इंटरॅक्शन प्रॉब्लेम जालो प्रोग्राम जालो थंय ट्रकवाल्यांनी आमकां सांगलें की तुमची भुमिका बरोबर आमी 40 ट्रक घेतल्यात एक मनशा कडेन 40 ट्रक म्हणजे डिझास्टर जातलेंच आशिल्लें आनी समजा मायनिंग जर आज सरकारान बंद करून आशिल्लें विथ 54 मिलियन टन्स एक्सपोर्ट 2 वर्सांनी ते बंद जावपाचें
We'll come to the next very important slide जी नॉर्थ आणि साऊथ गोवा ताचेर आमी उलयता नॉर्थ आणि साऊथ गोवाची स्लायड ही आमी 3 मेजर प्रश्न जे नॉर्थ आणि साऊथ बायफर्केट करून दाखयल्यात कितले जाणांक दिसता की सरकाराचे परफॉर्मन्स बरें आहा नॉर्थाक इट इज 36%, साउथाक इट इज 54%. दुसरे हा सक्सेस इन कर्बिंग करप्शन नॉर्थाक फक्त 9% लोकांक दिसता की हे गव्हर्नमेंट करप्शन कंट्रोल करपाक शकला वेरे साउथाक 27% लोकांक दिसता आनी कितली करप्शन पयले आसतले पळया तुम्ही तिसरी आसा ते इन्क्लिनेशन टुवर्ड्स बीजेपी आफ्टर 1.5 years 51% आर स्टील इन्क्लाइन्ड टुवर्ड्स बीजेपी इन नॉर्थ गोवा वेरे 63% फ्रॉम साउथ गोवा आर इन्क्लाइन्ड टुवर्ड्स बीजेपी. Oscar.
Let him say how he
and the best part is we have one North Goa stalwart and the other person who's very loved in North Goa.
I'm happy with both.
No, I think again, this is a very interesting slide because from whatever interaction
and on the backdrop of Lok Sabha election, this is very interesting
interaction that I've had. I do not know whether you'll be able to translate this into the Lok Sabha thing because the big Modi factor will come into South Goa, which will completely bring down those percentages as far as voting for the BJP is concerned. But the point I think that is important to be analyzed over here is this inclination towards the BJP. I think where you have to try and study is why only 51% in North Goa are still inclined to the BJP. North Goa is supposed to be the traditional bastion of the BJP. And 63% when you say in South Goa, that means it clearly demonstrates, despite the fact that there is still, village groups and activists still making a lot of noise, particularly in Salset, that the Catholic community in Salset, which obviously reflects quite a bit in that 63%, are still not prepared to trust the Congress all over again. I think that should be read as, rather than love for the BJP, it should be that we are still not prepared to trust the Congress again, whether it's the Alamao brothers, whether it is whoever. You guys might make your noises on these issues, but you were the ones who created the issues and you're making these noises only to come back to power. So I think that is the significance there. But what the BJP, I don't know if the survey is absolutely bang on, has to be worried about this 51% in North Goa. Why is there such a drift in a traditional bastion which they used to, get.
राजीव बाब कशी एनालाइज करतले?
म्हाका दिसता अशें की पर्रेकार सध्या दक्षिण गोंयच्या विशेषतः 66च्या मोगान आसा ताका लागून लोकांक दिसता की पर्रेकार आयल्यार बरो आनी त्याच भशेन तो हांगा चड मोगान आशिल्ल्यान नॉर्थ गोवा स्वाभावीक जे हिंदू वोट्स ते पिकड जाल्यात जे तुवें म्हणलें तें म्हाका मान्य आहा.
ओके हांव लास्ट विष्णू बाबा मरे येता भाई यस इट इज नॉट गुड फॉर द बीजेपी बट नॉट गुड फॉर द काँग्रेस ईदर.
I accept this. It is not good for the Congress either. Congress, this figure, but question to be kept in mind is, this is 51%, 61%, in spite of the fact that the Congress, the opposition is not making enough noise.
Right, it's in shambles.
Congress is not raising any issues. Congress is not denigrating this government. And in spite of that, people feel that only 51% feel that they are inclined
Let us
towards
ask
me,
Vishnu Ma'am, what is the
or
reason?
63%.
Yeah, I'll come to that.
And that 63%, that this thing takes me back to those days when at one stage, Banavali constituency had elected MGP.
Yeah.
And if you recollect that period, you will find that till the date of election, the entire electorate was showing it was infatuated with MGP leadership. So that every aspect of development
Yeah.
was being taken care of and a lot of pampering had taken place. Same thing is happening now probably. People of South Goa, I don't think if the elections are held today or even after 4 years, will vote for BJP the way they have voted in the last period.
विष्णू दोन मुद्दे तुमचे सावथातले मायनॉरिटी अपीजमेंट इज अपसेटिंग युअर लॉयल फॉलोअर्स इन नॉर्थ दुसरी गजाल एज फार एज सक्सेस इन कर्बिंग करप्शन इज कन्सर्न नॉर्थ गोंयच्या फक्त 9% लोकांक दिसता की तुम्ही ताजेर कितें केलां इट इज प्रॅक्टिकली नथींग विच वॉज युअर मेन थिंग की झिरो टॉलरन्स टुवर्ड्स
To be
करप्शन
very frank, this is an ideal case for introspection. सरकार आमी चलयतात, आमी थोडे अंतर्मुख जावन आतां 1 वर्स जावन गेले, अंतर्मुख जावन सरकारचें इव्हॅल्युएशन पार्टीनी करपा जाय, बाकीच्यांनी करूं जाय. एक गोष्ट आमी सतत हांगा हार्प केल्या जी खरी न्ही ती बीजेपी गव्हर्मेंट अशें पळय म्हणटात, इट इज जॉयंट गव्हर्मेंट एक्चुअली.
तुम्ही आता नाव यू आर गेटिंग एमजीपी ऑल्सो इनटू द पिक्चर
वेट, तातूंत एमजीपी आसा, इंडिपेंडन्स आसा, एज फार एज गव्हर्मेंट इज कन्सर्न, पार्टी इज कन्सर्न बीजेपी आसा. पूण जर इतली डावनस्लायड नॉर्थ गोवान जाली आसत की खंयच्याय परिस्थितींत जितली सावथ गोवान हें आसा ताच्या परस चड अटॅचमेंट लोकांक बीजेपी बद्दल ही नॉर्थ गोवान आसा.
बहुजन समाज भाजपा पासून पयस वचपाक लागला.
हांव आतां सद्याच अशें म्हणचें ना, पूण कांय बाबतींत बहुजन समाजान आपल्यो भावना ह्यो व्यक्त केल्ल्यो आसात की जे तरेन काम जावपा जाय किंवा जे तरेन स्थान मेळपा जाय तें मेळना अशें दिसता आनी ते आवाज आतां हळूहळू उठपा लागल्यात. आतां हो सर्वे नेमको केन्ना केल्लो म्हाका खबर ना.
सुजय, what is the fine print?
See, the fine print here is again a lot of the again, as I say, disillusionment, anger, hurt has actually come from the sections that we referred to. In the sense that, see, the feeling essentially is there are two things. If you cut across sections, if you look at the Brahmins and the upper caste, and you look at the Bahujan Samaj, if you look across, on corruption, there's a very strong element which is coming out, and they actually feel that majority of South Goa leaders in Congress were corrupt, okay, and this government had promised to do a lot, and they are not doing anything because this chief minister wants to appease South Goa Congress leaders just in case they come in handy later. That is one thing which very clearly came out as a very interesting observation that came out. But at the same time, secondly, the Bahujan Samaj
not
also
only a very interesting, it's a scathing judgment.
Correct. But also the Bahujan Samaj here actually feels a little let down on several issues. See, for instance, if you look at the grants to schools. Now, Parikar, after coming to power, I think he put out a cabinet note on the 25th of June last year. Yeah. Very, very categorically said that medium of instruction should be in the mother tongue as per what he has always maintained. And he immediately said that grants should be released. Now, 1 year later, 1.5 years later, grants to schools, some schools that converted from English back to vernacular, or vernacular schools which were expecting grants, those grants have not reached. And this is what we found out. We sent our reporters there, we sent our teams there, and we did a story. That has irked a lot of people. Okay. Also, at the same time, people feel that Bahujan Samaj leaders, or Bhandari leaders and others, like Shripad Nayak, Vishnu Wagh, others, have been not given their pride of place in this particular government, and that is coming out in discussions. Now, Vishnu Ma'am in his new avatar as ESG chairman.
No comments.
See,
may not agree.
See,
I have not yet taken that avatar. Okay. Will officially come to me. Only then I will say.
No, but what is the thing? दिसता की विष्णू वाघाक चड मेळपाक जाय आशिल्लें, श्रीपाद नायकाक चड मेळपाक जाय आशिल्लें, ते मेळना.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let us leave them out.
See, even Bahujan Samaj doesn't. You think Bahujan Samaj will be satisfied or will be appeased if something is given to the leaders? It's not like that.
Absolutely.
Basically, benefits of government have to reach to the lowest strata of the society, poorest of the poor.
Yeah.
And precisely now what has happened, the voice of protest is coming from the poorer class. It's not coming from the affluent class. And we have told the chief minister this also. It is coming from the poorer class because when he goes to the market, he cannot buy vegetables today. He cannot buy cereals. He cannot buy food stuff. And basically for all this, whatever the reasons, he blames the government. Isn't it? So that dissent is.
Yeah.
I think this is a very
You have to take care of this
perspective
now,
now given.
right now.
It's not a caste perspective,
Yeah.
but it is an economic perspective.
perspective.
So the lower socio-economic strata of society, don't look at them as caste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lower socio-economic
Whoever
strata
they
of
may be.
society
And that's come out
are
very
finding
clearly.
it very, very tough to make ends meet, and so therefore
हे
they
दोन
get
मुद्दे आहेत.
त्या- त्या-
एक बहुजन समाजाचा मुद्दा
नाही,
असा
त्याचबरोबर
दुसरो
एक
सुजान
finding.
कार्टा माध्यमाचा मुद्दा असा जंय आमकां फटयला ही भावना असा आणि तिसरो मुद्दो असा तो इकॉनॉमिक मुद्दो की थंय लास्टाक वचून जेन्ना वॉलेटाक हात घालता तेन्ना मार सगळ्याकच बसता न्ही थंय जात लागना काय लागना वॉट इज इट
कारण अनेक जाली मायनिंगचे रेव्हेन्यू बंद जाल्या कारणान आणि पर्रीकारान BJP म्हणना पर्रीकर चीफ मिनिस्टर हाणें सगळे वटेन सगळ्या प्रकारचे टॅक्स सगळ्या प्रकारचे फीज वाडोवपाचो एक सपाटो लायला आतां उदक म्हारग जालें लायट म्हारग जाली बस म्हारग जाली स्टॅम्प ड्युटी म्हारग जाली एक पॉवर ऑफ अटॉर्नी म्हारग जालो कितेंय जर करूंक जर गेलो इतलो पयसो 10 पटीन 20 पटीन कांय वेळार 100 आनी 200 400 पटीन दिवचो पडपाक लागला घरां म्हारग जाली कोण सेल डीड करूंक गेलो कितलेशेच जे पयशे फारीक करचे पडटात एक कन्वर्शन करतलो इतलेशे पयशे आज फारीक
वॉट इज दिस इज बेसिकली
इकॉनॉमिक फॅक्टर
इकॉनॉमिक फॅक्टर
इकॉनॉमिक फॅक्टर आणि हांगा इकॉनॉमिक फॅक्टर चड आनी चड चिड्डिता कोणाक बारीक मनशाक आणि बारीक मनीस हो बहुजन समाज आसता आणि एक फायंडींग भितर एकच एड करता हांव ताणें एक फायंडींग दिल्लें आसा की एफ्लुएंट समाज श्रीमंत समाज जो आसा तो खोशी आसा म्हणजे श्रीमंतांक जाय तें घडटा
मिडल क्लास आणि लोअर मिडल क्लास
हांव हाजेर एक निरीक्षण नोंदवपाक सोदता अशें की सरकारची प्रवृत्ती पळोवया फाटल्या 50 वर्सांत भाऊसाहेब बांदोडकरालो शशिकला ताईचो जर थोडो पिरियड जर सोडला आमी न्ही जाल्यार एक उच्चभ्रू समाजाच्या हातान सत्ता रावल्या राणे दिगंबर कामत पर्रीकार आनी ह्या सरकारचो तिनूय सरकारचो पळय तोंडावळो आसा मुखामळा ते एकाच भशेन आसा ते कितें करता मायनींग टुरिजम आनी कन्स्ट्रक्शन हे आमच्यो पळय 3 अर्थवेवस्थेच्यो तथाकथीत जे पळय कणो म्हणटात त्या कण्याक सपोर्ट करीत आसात
आणि
ताका लागून जालां कितें
काजिनो add
टुरिजमान ते आयले ताका लागून जालां कितें की गरीब समाज तो मागीर शेतकरी आसूं की रानांनी रावपी आदिवासी आसूं तो भरडत चल्ला तो समाज वेवस्थेंतल्यान भायर गेला मोठ्या प्रमाणाचेर ह्या सगळ्या चुकीच्या अर्थवेवस्थेक लागून जाका वयल्या वर्गाचो मुखामळ आसा तो अक्षरशः त्या वेवस्थेंतल्यान भायर उडयला आनी ही इज फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हो म्हजे कोतान आतां जर लोकांनी जर मतदान करतना हाजे फुडें चिंतपाची गरज आसा की प्रवृत्ती बदलपाची सरकारची गरज आसा
ओके नेक्स्ट स्लायड आहा ती इंटरेस्टिंग आहा जो करप्शनाचो मुद्दो आसा ताजो ब्रेकअप आसा